about bioethics. I'm going to introduce to you my team members of the team. Eric Valdez is going to be the secretary, who is going to write the main ideas during the debate and at the end is going to present a summary of the exposition of both teams. Gabriela Barbosa and Renata Flores are going to give arguments in favor. Gabriela Caravantes and Elias Núñez are going to give arguments against. Now, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to the topic. Bioethics is the systematic study of human behavior in the fields of biological science and healthcare, insofar as this behavior is analyzed in light of moral principles and values. It tries to give an adequate response to the increasing complexity in healthcare and health policies, fundamentally in the general public and professional in a special way, the reflection that should help to know what may be the best options to take regarding our life in society of free people. So bioethics is concerned with ethical issues involved in the human understanding of life. It was born out awareness of the need of critical reflection on the ethical conflicts caused by advances in life science and medicine. So, in bioethics, we have two postures. The one that is in favor of using biotechnology in soft parts of life and the ones that don't want to. And in this debate, we will explain this.
On the positive spectrum of biotechnology, one of the first things that it helps is to contribute towards conserving resources, and it helps increasing food supply, food preservations, and help the environment. Also, biotechnology lowers the rate of infections by making it more sterile and having less and less types of diseases that can affect the population. And also the application plays a great role in dealing with the diseases treated. Another one is the nutritional quality of the crops increases, so people need to eat more nutritious and help with less preservatives and more natural produce. Then also exceeding the lifespans of food. Foods will go bad after some time. The scientists can apply biotechnology to make the food last longer on shelves. And finally, biotechnology improves medical treatments by having different types of treatments and also having different possibilities of treatment.
My position has to do with why humans cannot create something alive. I'm against the genetic modification and I'm on the side of the religion. You can find this information on the Holy Quran and the Prophetic tradition. God challenged all the humanity to create something alive. Even an insignificant creature like a fly or like a mosquito, but they cannot do it because God said there is no living being that God has not created. In Arabic, the verb halaka means to create from scratch, which is something that only God can do. It's impossible for any creature. It's only possible for the Creator. And since today there are a lot of genetic modification, biotechnology, but there's something that says that when our laws are recited to them, they don't hear it. They move it away. And if they were deaf and not hear them, a painful punishment await for them. And I don't think that you want to suffer the punishment, right?
Hi, I'm Gabi Barbosa, and I'm going to explain my reasons to be in favor of biotechnology. First of all is the reduce of pesticides. This is due because GMOs are produced in a really large amount and they are constantly modified. What does this mean? This means that these are very capable of resisting a determined plague, and the use of pesticides is no longer required. This means that when pesticides are used on plants, they tend to give pollution to the environment and all this, and biotechnology is an option to reduce the use of these pesticides so we can have a better environmental progress. Second, GMOs can increase the crop's production, wasting less resources. And the third is that biotechnology on the medicine field has improved on diverse ways and methods using biotechnology methods of getting resources for this branch of biotechnology is required on the production of biological elements from cell structures, the creation of materials and manufacturing for constructions is a common example of this use. Finally, it helps to reduce environmental pollution since it reduces scrapped products.
In order to show my posture against genetic modification, I want to talk about the case of the Dr. Januki. He is a doctor, well, he was a doctor in China, and he made a project in November of 2018 where he modified twins in the in vitro phase. He wanted to make them immune to the Zika virus because their dad has had it, but it really didn't make sense since it wasn't transmitted from the dad. The virus is transmitted when the twins are born from the mother, so it wouldn't make sense. That's why it made a lot of chaos in China, and they took away their license of the doctor, and a lot of doctors became against him. He even broke the laws of China, and not even legal laws, but moral and ethical laws. Since he made this, other doctors were trying to understand what he wanted to do. Dr. Phil Collins said that it was similar to the medicine Ranitil, which will make a person more conscious of what he's doing. For example, if one person take one before the exam he is going to take, he will be able to be more concentrated. The second argument that we have against the modification of genes is the genetical supremacy, which has been around for a couple of years. In the late 30s, we saw that the German people were trying to be known as the best of all the races, which wasn't true, and we all should be special about what we are made of. The genetic supremacy will affect us in trying to actually modify what we want to try to look like, but we personally won't decide it. It probably will be our parents. And I don't think it's right to promote a specific type of race or facial expressions that we need to have in order to be beautiful. To modifying the genes of the twins, because if they are trying to be immune to a virus, they were improving, but it wasn't fair since it wasn't for everybody.
Well, I'm Eric Valdez, and I'm going to talk about the summary of the debate we just had. In favor was Renata and Gabriela Barbosa, and their main points were biotechnology helps in the reduction of pests. Biotechnology increases crop production. Biotechnology reduces pollution. Biotechnology helps in resource conservation. Biotechnology lowers the rates of infections. Biotechnology makes foods have a higher nutritional value. Biotechnology helps develop foods with a higher shelf life. And biotechnology helps to develop better medical treatments. And the team against biotechnology was Gabriela Carvantes and Elias, and their points were that with biotechnology there can be unnecessary modifications, and that there will be created a genetic supremacy if we are able to uh, change certain traits. And lastly, that religion forbids humans from altering God's creation. Thank you.